All right, I did the laundry. Oh, I did the laundry. Well, I didn't do the laundry. I put the laundry in the washing machine. And of course, whoever owns or runs or watches over this place, they're so sweet. They're like, okay, you need your soap and the bleach. Like, don't buy dumb things you don't need. I had gone in there with the whole bottle of the wrong thing. Oh, well. Dang. I was sitting waiting for the door to open, and they even had to help me to see that I guess it unlocks automatically at 6 a.m., but you can't see it. You can't tell it's open at 6 automatic. You gotta just try the door and realize it's open at 6. And I was sitting there, and the 7-Eleven by this laundromat was playing music from the days of Hitler. And all of a sudden I saw these angels flying, just angels and angels flying. And I was like, why would an angel want to fly? That song reminds me of the days of Hitler. I don't know if I'd feel like flying, or I don't know if I'd feel good about anything. It's a song that you could hear clearly from the Hitler camps all the time. And I'm watching these angels fly around, and this sad song playing so loud. And I didn't understand. And then this angel flew by me and said, "The fat lady is singing. We know you've won." And I was like, and that reminds you of the Hitler song from the Hitler camp? And the angel says, no. It reminds us of many, many, many times where suffering is so real and so bad. And bad things get so bad, but now it's over because you've won. I was like, oh, I'm sorry. It's not over because I won. The end of the world is just starting. And every choice that you have made goes into this white throne judgment that dictates and decides who you are overall by the end. So like when I arrived here in 1974, it was a rat race to do as many good things as you could so you could be the best possibility at the end of the world overall. Because the white throne judgment coincides with my victory, coincides with the end of the world, and dictates overall your choices all along and who you are. And the angel started looking scared and sad, like they might have made bad choices and they're nervous about it. Yeah, you really don't want to wait till now to work on yourself. That's like a really big obvious thing. But like if you waited till now to work on yourself, you also don't have no choice. You gotta just go to my queen, and say, well, okay, well, like, who am I overall? That way, like, I can fine tune it or whatever. Because, like, it is what it is. But, yeah, my victory is so finalized. I am reaching the dead from a long time ago. And this is really sad. This shows that gods could be bad, and maybe we're bad all along. There are dead from planets way before this planet. God Almighty the Father, Jesus the Son, made caveman and then human species. And what, Adam and Eve. And like, but before all that was another planet made by another God. Before that was a planet made by a God. Well, these dead people, these dead are from those planets way, way back then. And I guess they've just been wandering around dead, and nobody has been doing the work to keep like a tag or a number or keep count of everything until they go to heaven or make their decisions to go to heaven or whatever once and for all. So these poor dead have been wandering out there that long. Most of them are ending up following my powers like a satellite they're following to find the answers. So that's working out good. But it's like, you know what? Goodness gracious, gods. You don't forget even one of your dead that mattered, and you don't leave them wandering around. Some gods are so responsible and amazing, but some gods are so childlike and not responsible, and you wonder how they got their title. I swear a god gets emotional and nostalgic and wants to play spring fever, let's have a baby. And sometimes you end up with the most irresponsible gods and goddesses, and you're like, oh gosh, people, somebody has to take care of them or fix all their mistakes. Or goodness gracious. Well, I had a really good time at where I was sleeping. Where I was sleeping, a trucker parked right next to me just to watch over me. I could not say thank you with my powers enough. I felt so special and so honored that I put pretty much as much of my powers and love and spoiling into his truck and his soul and his existence as I could. That was so precious and sweet. And there was a few people that wanted the power of God to see what would happen. There was a few people that wanted a miracle. Hopefully, they were in the 70s to 80s in their percent of qualifying for a miracle. So it looked like they had said their prayers and come out. Because when you're in your, if you think you're saying my queen, my queen, my queen, and they say you're in your 70 or 80% to get your miracle, you're going to get a substantial alleviation of your medical problem at the least. So like, then it's worth trucking out to find me and stuff. And because I get that part. So there were some miracles. And then there was a couple husbands that really did go near me, ask for as much of my powers as I would put inside of them, and just wanted to learn how to be something amazing and sit and talk to a bunch of really good gods about how they would make a really good difference for countries and people. And the really cool thing, these husbands were pretty determined that if a country found them, they'd want to be able to help a country or more. If they were found, they'd want to be good enough or have sat with my powers and have sat with the God's powers to be good enough for these countries when they're found. Because they're not dumb. Probably these countries are seeking out help. And that was pretty cool. And they sat real quiet in a corner to absorb my powers, talk to gods, and really make sure they'd be something that would help a country and be worth something before anybody finds them. That's pretty cool, because if they talk and they get loud, people will try to find them to get help. And that was nice of them to stay quiet until they know they can really help somebody. And then get by my car and offer any words to be found to actually be able to be helpful and useful for these poor countries. Pretty cool. Now that's a husband candidate. That makes you excited about a husband candidate. So I'm going to get my clothes washed because I had to get an oil change for the car anyway this morning. And till the next ones.